And speaking of everybody poops, we have a phenomenal comic closing out the stand-up portion of the Laugh Index Theater Festival. He is the one, the only. Well, no, his alter ego is Richard Chambermaid, disgraced English footballer from the early 2000s. What an alter ego! But even better than Richard Chambermaid is Ivi Demi. Give it up for Ivi Demi, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much. 7-year conversation about poop, Julian. Is that real? That's real.
It's real.
Wow. Can you turn that into like, that's like a short movie, like called like the 7-year stench.
I've asked if we can publish it, and he keeps saying no. But at some point,
it's got to be like a story or a movie or something. Or a web series, something good. I don't know. I'm excited to be here. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I'm about to crack open my next drink. I hope you guys are too. Show it on camera, whatever you're drinking. I'm moving on to canned margaritas. That's what I'm drinking because I have no regard for my own personal well-being. Oh, I love it. Ms. Cooper drinking as well. She's got it. I don't know, like I saw canned margaritas at the store and I was like, could they make a more white trash product? Like, this is incredible. I don't know, oh, we got a dog in Simone's screen. Love it. I hope he's drinking too. I don't know if there's a person like marketing canned margaritas though, in commercials or whatever. It's just the most white trash product I've ever seen. So I've got some ideas. Canned margaritas. Have you ever wanted to feel like you're on a tropical island, but you also feel the last election was stolen? Canned margaritas. Got it, baby. Canned margaritas, the official drink of mildly anti-Semitic websites that claim the Clinton Foundation has children. Canned margaritas. Grab one for you and one for your sister wife. Get two at the store. Everybody have some fun. I got to take a sip real quick. That is not good. That's pretty bad. Don't recommend it. Thank you guys for coming out tonight, though. I know I got a bit of a strange name. My name is Ivi Demi. For those that I've never seen here before, I know you guys probably like hear Julian call out Ivi Demi's coming, and you think, all right, this guy's going to be a foreigner, maybe somebody who's seen their fair share of prejudice and hate crimes. But then I come out and start talking, and you see me, and you're like, all right, this guy looks like he commits hate crimes. I'm not sure what's going on here. Like, I look like I just killed the real Ivi Demi off screen and just sort of stepped in. She was a beautiful 18-year-old Moroccan girl. She had dreams. They're now stolen. They're my dreams now. There is a cute story about my name, actually. My parents named me after a famous French actor. He was big in like the 50s and 60s. And I think because of that, they were always kind of hoping like I'd catch the acting bug too. I don't think chlamydia counts, but you know, still trying to make them proud every day though. They're not dead. I just live in their basement. That's why I do that a lot. Thanks for the free rent. I love how like prior to everybody jumping on me and Julian, we're talking about how like I look like total upstate New York right now, which is it's where I went to high school. It's where I went to college as well. It does, like, I always describe my look as someone like who just got back from a camping trip with his son, where he had to explain why his mom left. That's sort of like, I've never been married, but I look and feel divorced. I hope that makes sense to people. Like, I feel like I owe every woman in here a check. It's in the mail. I'm sorry. It's running a bit late. I was born abroad though. I was born in a country called Albania in Eastern Europe. There's no reason you guys should know where that is. And as Americans, I'm confident you don't. Geographically, I like to say that it's like, if you think of Italy as a boot, we're the piece of shit that it's almost stepping in. That's sort of how you know, like, they're just like, oh, that was close. Don't want to track that through the house. It's a weird place. It's very I describe it as a very classic, what you imagine Eastern Europe to look like. It's exactly that. Everyone is either 4 years old or 104 years old. That's it. There's no in between. You're either a small starving child on the Christian network, or you're like a gypsy woman that's cursing people, touching their faces, saying, don't go, don't go. You turn 4 over there and you get an AK-47 and a pack of cigarettes. That's how, if you're a girl, you get married. Or I think the proper term is auctioned. and then overnight you lose your entire family, and you've got some stories to tell, which is great. Um, it's I hope it's a depressing place. I hope I'm not depressing you guys. It really is the Eastern European in me. It totally tracks who I am. My friends always ask me, Evie, why are you so self-loathing as a person? And so I pull the gun out of my mouth and I tell them this story. It's just the one thing. If there's one thing you need to know about Albania, it's this: that our national treasure, the person we revere above anyone else, is Mother Teresa. Don't know if you guys are aware of this. She was Albanian. She is like our icon. We have statues of her everywhere. Our national airport is named after her. And I'm using the term airport very loosely there. It's basically a Slovakistan with one of those coin operated things outside bodegas. You know what I'm talking about? Like that. That's all we got. Um, I have flown in and out of the Albanian airport like so often in my life, and I realized that this is one of the few things that happens there that happens nowhere else. Sometimes planes just don't come. They just like, not that there was an issue or something technical. Like I just asked people like, what's going on? They're like, yeah, they changed their minds. The pilot had something come up. Like it just doesn't come, and there's no reason. And I've just gotten used to that through the years. But Mother Teresa, though, is our national icon, and she loved the area so much that as soon as she could, she moved to a rural, impoverished, disease-ridden village in India, and she was like, "This is totally fine. This is good. Not coming back." She legitimately, like, she looked at her situation and was like, "Do I want to struggle over a toilet for 70 years, or go back to Albania and we're gonna take this option. I'm gonna stay here and help people." Um, just a hard decision. I don't want to be culturally insensitive, but I will say that everyone in Eastern Europe does sound evil if you do talk to them. Like, have you guys ever been on the phone with someone and you could just tell by the cadence of their voice that they definitely have a facial scar? You know what I mean? Like you could just tell this guy lives on an island with a volcano. Um, that's just what calling home is a lot like for me. It's like, Jesus Christ, Grandma, fine, I'll come over and visit. Just let the girl go, and we'll talk about this later. We'll clear this up. I'll come over. It was tough growing up in my household, I would say, because I could never really become and be the one thing that I always wanted to be growing up, which was petty. I just wanted to be petty, and I couldn't do it because it was just impossible. Like, Albania had a communist dictator for 50 years. So, like, what the hell am I going to complain about to my parents, that they haven't seen something so much worse? Like, it's just impossible to win an argument. I remember coming home crying one day, and I said to my dad, some bullies took my backpack at school. And my dad said, when I was young, some bullies took your grandfather, like, we all have problems, all right? Like, oh, you got detention? That's sort of what I did. Like, I was in a detention camp. Is that the same thing? Oh, they make you write on a chalkboard? Oh, well, where we were at, they were simulating drowning by waterboarding. Is that, well, we both seen some things. Um, it was strange, I will say. I thought it was really interesting adapting to American culture. Like, there's very unique problems here, and not that Albania is perfect. Obviously, like, we have dictatorships, we've got drug smuggling, we got sex trafficking, but you guys here regularly have people die in gender reveal explosions, which, it's like, what's worse? I don't know. Just what a shitty way to die, though, from something that could have been an email. It's weird. Like, the largest fire in California history was started because a couple couldn't just text their friends to say, "Hey, our child has male genitalia. No, we need to burn this entire forest to the ground to let you know that." Technically speaking, by the way, too, they're doing it wrong. Like, the term gender reveal is not correct. Geneticists say that the actual term is a sex reveal, so they should be sex reveal parties, which sounds a lot more fun. Like, I'm more inclined to attend a sex reveal party. That just sounds like I'm walking into a situation where I wasn't expecting to have sex, and then boom, surprise orgy. Beautiful, everyone involved. I don't know. I just feel like gender identity really should be in the baby's hands. Like, it could be a woman trapped in a man's body. It could be a man trapped in a woman's body. And right now, it's just a baby trapped in an idiot's body, and it has no control over any of those things. So let's just play it out. Let it make its own decision. What a weird scene. Like, if you're a cop and you come across a scene like that where there's been an explosion, like, how do you phone that in? Like, we're going to need some backup. Like, what's the situation? It's a boy. Do we have any body bags and shades of blue, just to keep on theme? Um, I don't know. I don't know what you guys have been missing in terms of the world getting back to normal. I'm glad it's getting back to normal. I think I just miss a lot of those kind of small, genuine human connection moments that happen when the world is was right, like being in a crowded bar with strangers, rubbing elbows, making small talk, buying each other drinks, seeing a beautiful woman across the room, making eye contact. She smiles at you. I approach her and then she says, "Oh, sorry, I thought you were my friend." Just those like really small, genuine human moments is what I've been missing. I definitely am not looking forward to going physically back into work either. But I have been missing that one very whimsical, magical moment of going into work, which is that point in the day, right in the morning when I click the button on the elevator bank and I'm waiting to hear the ding, and then I hear it and I don't know which one it is. So I spin around like Julia Roberts and Pretty Woman in Bloomingdale's. And I'm like, where could it be? Where could it be? And it's just like a very whimsical moment that I don't have right now. So I need that back in my life for sure. I think it is funny. I've been noticed, obviously, during the pandemic, a lot of companies are trying to humanize themselves. I think it's weird the kind of ways they do that, just to kind of humanize themselves to society. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to Capital One, but they've slowly transformed all of their branches into Capital One cafes. Like we wouldn't notice or something. Like, come on in, grab a muffin, let us destroy your life. Don't worry about it. Is there anything more American though than having a place where you can get an iced latte and a predatory home loan at the same damn time? That's incredible. They're just bending you over the table, forcing you to sign while you're just begging for like a little bit of room for cream, just like a little bit. That'd be nice. I did turn 30 over the pandemic. It was a great milestone for me. I already want to kill myself. My married guy friends, though, like I'm at the age where a lot of my married guy friends, they're having kids. They're always constantly asking, Evie, when are you going to settle down? When are you going to get married? But yet I find it funny that every time we sort of catch up when they get away from the wife and kids, they always look like they just escaped Shawshank prison. Like, like they're sweating, they're in a blanket like a refugee. They're like, thank you. I had to get out of there. Thank you so much. I'm like, who are you married to? Forrest Whitaker? Who is waiting for you back home and like kicking your ass? I have no idea. They just want to they want to escape their life. So every time we catch up, they know I'm single. So they're like, let's just do the most extreme things. They have this weird pent up sexual frustration, and it doesn't bode well for the institution of marriage. When every time I see my married friends, I'm like, let's grab a beer, let's go to a beer garden. They're like, let's get some ketamine and kill a hooker. I'm like, can we just start with a drink? Just let's get a beer real quick. Like these are the type of guys that try to get a happy ending at an acupuncture appointment. Like that's how bad it is at home. Like that's apparently a lot of my guy friends too. A lot of my married guy friends just constantly want to go to strip clubs too when we're out. And I've never been a fan. I'm very uncomfortable with strip clubs. And it's not even about the misogyny. That's like the ninth worst thing about it. It's just that I've never been in a situation where I was being sexually aroused and I thought, I wish my boys were here. Like as great as this erection is, like I really wish Steve was right here with me. Like he always knows what to say. It's just not, to me, erection's not a team sport. That's a one-on-one, me and someone else type of thing. I do think that everybody has this sort of couple in their friend group, and I realize I've had a few of these in my friend groups. There's just two people that are constantly at each other's throats. Like every week, it's like another argument, another fight. They break up, they get back together, they break up, they get back together, and it's sort of building up into this one epic, which you can imagine to be like a brutal fight, and everyone's waiting for it. And then just as you feel like it's going to happen, boom, they're engaged. Um, and that's like the last time this happened to a friend couple of mine. I was like, what happened? I thought you guys were having problems. And they said, well, we decided it was either we break up or we get engaged. Like how, when you get to the point where those are the two options, like how that makes no, like, that's like if a couple was trying to conceive and they're like, you know what, we can either have a child or we can kill one. There are other options in between that you can take. You don't have to, I'm just saying there's a conversation here. I don't know. I did go into the pandemic single. I'm staying single. I honestly don't even miss dating at all. I think you've given up on finding love when you regularly leave dates early because you've just got really great leftovers in the fridge at home. Like that's the point I'm at. Like as much as I want to take this woman home, there is half a lasagna back there, and that thing is going to do things to me no woman can. Like that, it's another level. Um, I do think in my life, though, I did got off on the wrong track in terms of sex. I was someone who lost their virginity to someone that was experienced. The girl was experienced. And I think she could tell sort of the whole night we were together that I was a little bit nervous. And I remember when we were sort of about to do it, she was like, "You've had sex before, right?" And I said, "Totes, that's totes." That was which should have been her first sign that this guy has never been inside anyone at all in his entire life. So either way, I think that's a great point. My sexual frustrations, a great point for me to end on today, guys. Appreciate you coming out to the Lit Fest. Thank you so much. Come out to our next shows. Love it. Thank you so much.
Keep it going for Ivi.